What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Tanner here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 1 of my walkthrough of the Knights of the Old Republic. Now, this is by far my favorite game ever, and I think I've mentioned that in other commentaries, but I always had it on the original Xbox. I now have it on PC, which the graphics have greatly improved. It's really incredible how, like, this game is, I don't know, what is it, like, 2002, 2003 era, 2004 era, and it still looks beautiful. It looks amazing. It's really fun to play, and yeah, I wanted to do a walkthrough on it. So let's go ahead and get it started. Let's go up here and get our Karth to engage us on our quest. This is Karth Onasi. We have to get off the ship. We have to get off the ship. Now, the one thing I hate about all these Knights of the Old Republic games, and I know that you have to have it because it's kind of like your tutorial, but I hate the tutorial levels. Like in this one, you go down to the first planet. I want to say it's Terrace. And then on the other one, you start off in like the big mining building. Oh my goodness, is that miserable. Also, about the quality. The quality's a little bit goofy because it really just comes down to an issue where I can't record this game. I think it's just because it's older and they didn't record it good enough. I can't record it in Shadowplay, the software I normally use, and I cannot record it in full screen on OBS. I cannot even record it in regular like game capture or window capture in OBS. So that's a little bit upsetting, but however, I can, oh, I gotta hit pause. Okay, that's cool. However, I can play it with this, like, generic window mode that you see going on right now, and as much as I don't like it, it will work for now, I suppose. I'm gonna try to work on it with some people, see if I can figure out what's going on, but that's why you guys can see the sidebar. It's actually my background for my computer, which worked out because it's Knights of the Old Republic, the first one. It's always been my favorite game, so it's always kind of my backgrounds on everything, all my electronic devices. I don't know why, it's just kind of one of my, it's my nostalgia game. Everybody's got their nostalgia game, this one's mine. So, but however, I've never played it on PC, so you guys might have to give me a second to kind of figure out what's going on, because this was never my forte. I never even really had a game in PC until this year. I think you can just do a quick pause by pressing the space bar, which is actually really cool. And you can just disengage out of it. And then to pick up objects, I guess it's kind of cool. I guess I'd rather have it like selected to E, but if I have to click on the objects, that's kind of cool too. It's weird how on the other one you just kind of hit the triggers and it kind of cycles around the room to all the objects that you can pick up. And in this one, I really don't think I know how to do that, so I'm not real sure. Alright, so now that we have that up, let's go to my, oh, I like that little click. You just click on the top bar and it takes you right to your inventory wherever you're trying to be. We are going to go to the longsword. Yes, the longsword is what we want. Can we take 2 swords now? Okay, we can take 2 swords already, I guess. There's our inventory. Now, I am going to be going to the dark side. I have always played this first one on the dark side. I'm not really quite sure why I do that. I guess, to be honest, like, the dark side stories are always just better. Like, when you think about a light side story, a Jedi, Luke Skywalker, any of those guys, I mean, I guess Luke Skywalker is an exception, but a lot of the other Jedis, they did a lot of cool things. They were good swords fighters, they were good, I guess you could say they were good duelers, they were good with the Force, they all had cool lore, but the stories just did not match up to the Sith stories. For example, oh, the great Jedi, you know, Mace Windu. He was able to fight off a certain amount of people. Oh no, oh no. He was able to fight off a certain amount of people. Okay, so we need to disengage this auto attack and do a regular med pack. Okay, cool. So anyways, the story of the Jedis were always just real basic and kind of, you know, he saved the galaxy. He defeated a bunch of Sith or something generic of that nature, you know. And I don't know. I was never down for that. I always liked the Sith stories better because the Sith stories, for example, would be something like, okay, one time Darth Nihilus was surrounded by a huge set of ships, and in order to get out of it, he was surrounded by a bunch of Imperial ships or Republic ships. I'm sorry, not Imperial ships. I get kind of confused. It's been a while since I've even messed around with Star Wars, so I got to get my story straight. And I don't even know if the story I'm telling you right now is correct. I'm just kind of giving you an example. because I know Darth Nihilus was really strong with his mind. So, for example, the idea would be like, okay, Darth Nihilus, you know, he was surrounded by a bunch of Republic ships. He needed to get out of there, And so he sat down and meditated, and with the power of his mind, he was able to crush an entire Republic ship. Not only was he able to crush it, but he was able to crush, you know, the 50 Jedis that were on the inside, all by using the power of his mind. You know, Darth Bane was able to kill countless Jedis. He was able to, you know, he was able to kill a lot of big name Jedis. It's stories like that I don't know, they just kind of have always intrigued me a lot more than Jedi stories. Jedi stories are just kind of basic and, hey, we're nice guys, and Sith stories are like, hey, we've crushed an entire fleet with the power of our mind. Darth Nihilus, I'm pretty sure that this one's true. I could be wrong about this again, but I'm pretty sure Darth Nihilus even has a story in which he wipes an entire planet clean of life with the power of his mind. He was so strong, like with the meditation, that he was able to wipe the entire planet clean of all life. So that was really cool too. So this, I don't know. So basically, I don't even know how I got on this conversation. All I know is that I was talking about how the beginning of the game is always extremely boring. And this one is no exception. It is definitely boring as well. Terrace is really boring, and it's really big. You know, you got to do the whole top side of it, then you got to do the whole bottom side of it. So it's really big. Today we're just gonna probably do episode 1 just till I get off the ship, and then we'll kind of start and get more into the story later on with the later episode. I keep missing this guy. I don't understand what's going on there. Okay, so we need to disengage, and then we need to heal, and then we need to come out of our medvac. Heal. Choo. Alright, what's his name? I don't even remember this guy's name. I remember Karth's name, however, I don't remember his. Okay, so it's this one, right? Alright, so we want to level up. Let's do our skills. Persuade is a really big one. Treat injury is a really big one. What else do we want to go with? Let's go with some... We already seem like we kind of want one in everything. Repair allows us to repair droids, and demolitions allows us to mess with demolitions. So let's go ahead and take one in demolitions for now. We'll put one in everything just due to the fact that we kind of want to excel in everything. Alright, so we do want to be two-handed, and we can't really select from too many things right now, so we're just going to kind of click the two-handed fighting, because we're already trying to be two-handed. So instead of taking a penalty for using two-handed weapons, we'll go ahead and click that so that the penalty is reduced. And then once you get that all the way leveled up, you pretty much get no penalty for using two weapons, and you do double the damage, so it's a pretty legit concept. Well, not necessarily double the damage, because some single-hand weapons are very powerful, but generally you're doing a lot of damage with two weapons, especially when I get to the point where I have two lightsabers.
Something behind here.
Pretty cool if you could do like the Old Republic in the beginning, the Old Republic, the new MMO, where you have the one Jedi uses a dual lightsaber, like you see right there that Sith has. He has the dual lightsaber in one hand, and he has a single lightsaber in the other hand. And I was just like, kind of like, whoa, dude, you basically have 3 lightsabers. You're kind of getting close to, I always get turned around in this part. It's locked. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, you're getting close to, General Grievous. General Grievous with his 4 lightsabers.
This is Karth Onasi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position.
All right, Karth. Get us off this ship, buddy.
Escape pod.
Hopefully we'll make it. I don't want to make this episode too long, so if I can't get off this ship in too long, I'll probably end up chopping the episode down a little bit, but our whole object is to get at least through this first part.
Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
Okay, yeah. Let me use my stealth skill. Yeah, let me get on that, Karth. We don't use no stealth around here, son. It's like looks like the same part of the ship we already went through. The dead Jedi on the ground. I hate when my character just misses a bunch of times, like in the basic front. You guys will notice I do flurry a lot. Flurry was even one of my old favorite moves just back in the day, just based off the fact that it does pretty good damage. And honestly, I really like the animation that they use when they have a lightsaber. It just makes it kind of cool. You know what I mean? Kind of cool. Oh, I remember this part. Now I can mess with like a console and blow everybody up in the room, or I can send this droid into the room to kill everybody. Oh no! Oh, goodness gracious. So I haven't saved. I forgot all about that. And I keep forgetting to look at my health. It's just so weird because on the console, the health's like in the bottom. So you kind of really see it. Okay, we're right here. How do I use my stealth? Okay, cool. That's hilarious. I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention. It's just weird. Your health's down there on the left. I think it's actually down the right, but it's much bigger on the console. It's much bigger on the right side, and now it's on the left side, and it's really small. I don't really remember. All I know is that I'm not noticing that health down there. Normally, I'm very good at seeing the health, especially on the consoles. I've actually been playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 on the Xbox 360 because the Xbox 360 allows you to play certain Xbox original games, and that's one of them. It does not let you play them all, though, so I can't play, like, I can't play this one. Every once in a while, the game does some goofy things like that, where he'll just stand against, like, a wall.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers in the other
Yes, I know. I just told those guys about the whole squad of Sith troopers in the other room. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's grab this. And let's just go up to the security panel. I think it's easier to just kind of... I don't need a tutorial. I need 5 spikes to overload, and I have 5 spikes, so why not? Let's just overload it, deuce everybody in the room, and we'll go on our way. Whoa, 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 whoa. I guess that would be really bad, because it, like, blew up. A bunch of electronics blew up, and these guys are all wearing steel armor. That would probably be a little problematic. Alright, let me get some remains here. It's still a funny concept, though, that anybody wears armor. I mean, you're talking lightsabers here, and armor, no matter what armor you're wearing, it's not going to protect against a lightsaber. So that's why the concept of, like, warriors and, like, Sith warriors and stuff, it's a little bit weird because they use armor. And, I mean, I guess armor is good against shooting, and I guess it's good against people if you run into a sword fighter. But if you're a Jedi and you're fighting against Sith, you're more than likely going to run into a Sith, and you might as well be rocking a robe so that you have more mobility. Who are you? Can you get us off this ship, bud? Alright. This is the last escape pod. Ooh, this video looks a little ugly. Apologize about that. There's not much I can do about that, though. That's just Xbox original content, I suppose. Which actually is funny, because back in the day, I used to look at these videos and be like, wow, these videos are beautiful. This game looks so good. And it was good for back in this day. And I have all the quality in this game turned all the way up. I mean, literally everything that I could have. It's not just the texture pack turned up. I have everything turned up that you possibly could. So it should make the game work quite good for us. Quite well. I'm getting my first visual of Revan and Bastila fighting. She slays him down. Might even... It wasn't Revan, I don't think. I think that was Revan's apprentice. Or, well, actually, technically his apprentice is Malak. But I think that may have been like one of his other just generic apprentices that kind of follow him around.
Good to see you up.
Could have been him, but I don't think that wasn't his robe, that's for sure. So if they changed, unless they changed the look of the robe.
I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the...
Oh yes, I remember you, buddy. We jumped into that escape pod together and we kind of flew down to the city, had a big old party. Right, I'm Garradon Jenkins, by the way. How did we get here?
We're in an abandoned apartment.
An abandoned apartment on Terrace. You're banged up pretty bad in the crash, but luckily it wasn't serious hurt. He was able to drag me away from the site by the time the Sith got there. So we're gonna wait here for the thing to rescue us. This is a really long conversation. It's really long to figure out who Bastila is. So I guess I can give you guys a better... I mean, he would give you a good one too, but you guys aren't really here to listen to him. I mean, you might be here to listen to him, and if you are, this is probably the wrong Let's Play, because I like to talk and explain what's going on, and I try not to keep it from getting, like, stale and quiet when I sit there. Plus, that's why I leave, you know, the captions on at the bottom so you guys are able to read at the same time. But basically, we're here trapped on a planet. So is Bastila. She's a slave, and we need to go get her back.
While you were out, but the Undercity... Good idea.
I think I'm gonna get some light side points for this, but that's okay because we'll destroy that later with all the mean things that I do.
If we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay.
Nope. Alright, so we're good to go. We are down on Terrace. We are in our apartment. We have our workbench. We have our little foot locker. Let's grab anything that's inside there. Some med packs and computer spikes. And then we will go and hit the game with a save. Insta-save on the PC world. Over. On console, that would have took a long time. But, so yeah, we are back. I am really excited to be bringing you guys this little walkthrough. I think I'm really going to enjoy it, especially by the end of it, if we ever make it to the end of it. I'm really bad at doing these Let's Plays, but if not, if anything, then I'll just give you guys, like, me starting it, me in the middle of it, and me at the end game, so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. You can just watch the bits and the pieces of it from whenever I remember to record it, I suppose, but... yeah, so make sure you guys follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Twitter is where you guys can talk to me all the time. Whenever I go inactive from YouTube and Twitch or whatever, I'm never inactive from Twitter. I'm always there, so you guys can always talk to me there. I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/TBucci. That's TBucci. That's my new channel where I stream RPG games. I also have the old channel, Slave Assassin 11. You guys are always more than welcome to follow that one too. I'm probably going to stream Call of Duty from that one and keep the other one kind of limited to RPGs, DayZ, Star Wars, MMOs, Archage, all those good games. And yeah, it should be a really good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Remember to click on the Jedi to continue your journey. And I will see you guys later. Have a good day, have a good night, and peace.